Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with your afternoon dose of motivation. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of a kind of a kick in the butt, so to speak, for the afternoon. I just got done dealing with a client, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing short little bursts in between client sessions throughout the day, give you extra content, and give you extra reminders. And we're going to call this one Going from Lazy to Lion. What does it take to go from being lazy to go into being a lion and a leader? Because all of us, truthfully, in our own lives, in one way or another, we want to be leaders. We want to be lions. We want to be, not run over. And the big thing you've got to realize is you've got to make your life work for you. Look, we all have the same 86,400 seconds in every day. Each and every one of us is guaranteed that we're not going to get any more time than that, but we're also not going to get any less. And, I know the conventional wisdom is you've got to sleep 8 hours a day, but are there people who don't? Sure. And I know the conventional wisdom is you've got to eat 3 meals a day, but are there people who don't? Sure. And I know the conventional wisdom is you're going to spend this amount of time with your kids and this amount of time with your spouse and this amount of time doing this and that. And are there people who don't do those things? Sure. Do they work for other people? Yes. But here's the thing. You have to make your day work for you. You can't make your day work for anybody else, and you can't fit yourself into other people's day if it's not something you have conviction about. One of the biggest things that I see make people lazy is waiting on people who aren't in alignment with the way in which they approach the world to hurry up and catch up with them so that they can suddenly have their tribe all together and everybody rolls out all at once. It's funny. I remember when I used to live primarily on the weekends on the road when I was in broadcasting, and we had this one guy. He was a really nice guy, and he was funny, and he was charming, and he was a couple of years younger than me. By this point, I was probably in my mid-20s. He might have just been turning 21 at the time, and we'll call him Victor. Well, Victor had this really bad habit that he could never be anywhere on time. And we used to roll up with 4 or 5 people already in the car, ready to go. One day we went to get Victor, and it was the most ridiculous thing. He was not getting ready, not packing his suitcase for our weekend road trip. No, he was playing Frisbee with his dog. And I remember thinking, you dog, let me pet the dog, and then let me slap the human, because it was blatant disrespect for what it was we were trying to accomplish, and he didn't care. And so another thing to consider is you have to make your life work for you. That means sometimes letting go of people who aren't in alignment with where you're going or where you want to go. You've got to leverage your time. That means making things work together, chunking things together. If you've got, let's say, 3 tasks to do to build your business, or 3 tasks to do to make sure your kids are on time for school, string them together and get them done, boom, 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 in order when you can. As a matter of fact, I tell people all the time it's a good idea to sit down with yourself about 10 to 15 minutes every morning and make a to-do list for the day. Now, a lot of people do that, but what they don't do is they don't organize that to-do list in chunkable, manageable factions or fashions. So what happens is you're looking at this thing of 5 things to do, and it feels overwhelming. Well, or maybe 50 things to do, if I know most of the people out there these days. Anyway, you're looking at the 50, and you might check off 1 in the middle and 1 at the very top and 2 near the bottom, but you're not using your time efficiently and effectively. And when you don't use time efficiently and effectively, you end up losing something valuable. You lose momentum. So worry more about being productive than effective. What that means is, look, you're not going to impress everyone all the time. You're not going to, ultimately please every person that you would do business with. So worry about being progressive and productive. What is it to be productive? It means you've produced something. You've produced a solution. You've produced a good or service. You've produced a meaningful conversation that can lead to other conversations down the road. But To be productive means at the end of the day, you have something tangible that if you wanted to, you could write it down and say, look, see what I did today. Most people live on autopilot. They go to work and they pick up the trash when they walk through the door because it's what they've done for the last 17 years. Here's the thing. You don't need to live based on how other people would have you live. You have to live based on what's right for you and how you can make a difference, and also not burn out and not do harm to anyone in the process. You know, what would you do in your life? Here's a question for you, and I'd love for you to put in the comments. If fear was dead, if everything you feared died away, and all you had was some little mustard seed of belief, but you had all your fears were gone, what would you do? Who would you talk to? What relationships would you foster? What growth would you be focused on? What things would you be doing differently? What people in your life that have been there too long and are taking from you would be gone? If fear was gone, if fear of people's reactions and actions was gone, what would you do? How would you behave? And I think for a lot of people that's a challenging question. That's why I want you to put it in the comments so that the Progress Tribe can communicate to you and with you and be of service to you. You know, in life, and this is one of the first merchandise, I want you to comment below too. We're going to be starting a Progress Tribe merchandise line. And one of the shirts that I want to have made, I was talking with my graphic designer over the weekend, is one that says history or excuses. Which one are you making? And I'm trying to truncate that down, so it might just be history or excuses, pick one. Yeah, I think I like that. History or excuses, pick one. And what about you? What have you done in the last 7 days? Have you made history? Are you ready to go out after the coronavirus and really kick butt? Are you making excuses? Well, they don't need me at the office, so I can't do anything there. And my wife's not talking to me, so I can't do anything there. And, well, there's no sports on, so I can't even relax. How can people manage this? And the answer is they take where they are and they find something in it to leverage that leads them forward. Every time, 100% of the time, that's what happens with successful people. The final thing to think about, make space for progress every day. It doesn't matter if you are going meep, 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 half a quarter of an eighth of an inch. As long as you're progressing, you're making progress. As long as you're progressing, you're pleasing the universal creator. As long as you're progressing, you are doing what is right, because notice, when you're in the middle of a creative project, and this happens to everyone, from your multi-million-dollar musicians, I've talked to a few, to your sports athletes who are millionaires, talk to them too, to whomever. It goes without saying, make sure that progress and the process thereof is at the helm of every action you take. And if it's not, it might be time to question your motives and look for other answers. You know, look outside yourself to find maybe a counselor, someone to talk to. I don't necessarily believe that the medical model is terribly useful when it comes to mental health here in the States, but I will say this: if you need somebody to talk to, finding somebody is imperative to your overall health, growth, success, and value and sanctity of life. So thank you for that. You know, learning needs trust in your own instincts. Trust that you can make the right decision to get through where you are. Trust that you can speak correctly to a soon-to-be ex-spouse. Trust that you can speak directly to someone who is, you know, changing where things are going constantly. We all are. But as long as you can land on your feet and have an explanation, and you didn't do harm to anyone else in the process, not purposefully anyway, you will get where you need to be. I'm going to close with this. We all have challenges, even those of us who are in the leadership of personal development. We all have challenges. My challenge right now, and I'd love for you to share your challenge in the comment box below. My challenge right now is I know I need to get a personal assistant, and I have someone lined up who's taking on the job short term. But I hate the process of getting to know new people unless it's to give them a job. And because And if I give you a job and you're not doing it quick enough, I'm going to come in, I'm going to jump over you, and I'm going to call for a bell and let the match continue. Because the way that certain people, will behave when we're down and out, and they'll spit in our face and they'll get in our face and they'll try and make us snap. Because if we snap, then it justifies their position. The point of our conversation here is really, really simple. You can control many things in your life that you never considered controlling before because everyone said that wasn't possible. And I implore you, no matter where you are, no matter what you do today, go bless somebody somewhere. Make a decision that you are going to be a blessing, no matter how big, no matter how small, sometime today, and sometime every single day. So this is Scott Golden with Golden Opportunities Coaching, reminding you keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.